Hi, I'm Vivian. I'm 26 years old and I thought I knew my parents. I thought family meant something to them. Turns out I was wrong about a lot of things. Viv, can you come here for a second? My younger brother Jake called from his room. He was 19, brilliant, and battling leukemia for the second time in 3 years. I walked in to find him staring at his laptop screen, his face pale. What's wrong? The hospital called. They said the payment for my next round of treatment bounced. I don't understand. Mom and Dad set up that fund specifically for this. My stomach dropped. That's impossible. We had over $40,000 in that account. Everyone donated. Aunts, uncles, even people from Dad's work. I know, Jake said quietly, his hands trembling. But the hospital says the account's empty. They want to know when we can make the payment or they'll have to postpone the treatment. We can't postpone it. You need to start next week. I grabbed my phone. I'm calling Mom right now. The call went straight to voicemail. So did Dad's. That's weird, I muttered. Let me try the house phone. Nothing. Jake looked at me with those tired eyes that had seen too much suffering. Viv, I'm scared. Don't be. We'll figure this out. I squeezed his shoulder. Let me call Aunt Linda. She co-signed on that account. Aunt Linda picked up on the second ring. Vivian, honey, I was just about to call you. Aunt Linda, the hospital says Jake's treatment account is empty. Do you know what happened? There was a long pause. Your parents didn't tell you? Tell me what? They withdrew everything 3 days ago, said they needed it for an emergency. I asked what kind of emergency, and your mother got defensive. Told me to mind my own business. I felt my blood turn to ice. An emergency! Jake's treatment is the emergency. I know, sweetheart. I tried calling them yesterday, but they're not answering. I was going to drive over there tomorrow. Save yourself the trip, I said bitterly. I'll handle this. After hanging up, I immediately checked social media. My mother's Facebook page made me want to throw my phone across the room. Pictures, dozens of them. Mom and Dad on a beach in the Bahamas, holding tropical drinks. Dad on a jet ski. Mom getting a spa treatment. The caption read, "Finally taking the vacation we deserve. Life is too short not to enjoy it." Jake, I said, my voice shaking. Look at this. His face went from confused to devastated to furious in about 5 seconds. They spent my treatment money on a vacation? Apparently so. How could they do this? People donated that money specifically for my cancer treatment. That's fraud. He started coughing, and I grabbed his water. Easy, Jake. Getting upset will make you sicker. I have every right to be upset. They stole from me. They stole from everyone who tried to help me. I pulled up my parents' flight information through their email. They'd given me access years ago for emergencies. They were coming home tomorrow afternoon. Jake, I need you to trust me. Can you stay with Aunt Linda for a few days? Why? What are you going to do? What needs to be done? But I need you safe and away from here first. He studied my face and nodded slowly. Okay. But Viv, whatever you're planning, they're not getting away with this. I interrupted. They put your life at risk for a vacation. They betrayed everyone who trusted them, and they're going to face exactly what they deserve. The next morning, I called my best friend Marcus, who happened to be a paralegal. I need your help, and I need you to not judge me for what I'm about to tell you. This sounds serious. What happened? I explained everything. When I finished, there was silence on the other end. Marcus? I'm here. I'm just processing the fact that your parents are genuinely terrible people. Okay, first things first. We need documentation of everything. Bank statements, the original fundraiser details, hospital bills, everything. Already on it. I've been printing all morning. Good. Second, you need to file a police report. What they did is fraud and potentially theft. I know, but I want to do something else first. Why do I feel like I'm not going to like this? Because you know me too well, I said. I'm moving Jake's stuff and mine out of the house today. When they come home tonight, I want them to see exactly how empty their lives are going to be without us. Marcus sighed. You're going full scorched earth on this. They gambled with my brother's life. I'm going nuclear. All right, I'll help. But we're doing this smart, legally, with everything documented. By noon, Marcus, Aunt Linda, and Jake's best friend Devin were at the house. We worked fast, packing Jake's room first. His books, his computer, his clothes, even his posters. This is wild, Devin said, carefully wrapping Jake's gaming console. I always thought your parents were cool. We all did, I replied. Aunt Linda came out of Jake's closet with a box of his childhood toys. I can't believe they did this. When Jake first got sick, they seemed so devoted. People show their true colors when it's inconvenient to be good, I said. Marcus emerged from my room. Viv, I found something. Your dad's study wasn't locked. He handed me a credit card statement. Charges from the Bahamas, expensive restaurants, luxury resort, scuba diving excursions, shopping. Over $30,000 in 1 week. They didn't just take the treatment money, Marcus said quietly. They spent most of it. I felt tears of rage burning my eyes. Keep packing. I'm calling the detective division. The detective I spoke with was named Sarah Chen. Miss Reeves, what you're describing is definitely criminal fraud. The money was donated under false pretenses and used for personal expenses. What happens next? Come down to the station with all your documentation. We'll need statements from the hospital, the bank, and your aunt who co-signed. We'll also need the original fundraiser information showing the money was specifically for medical treatment. I have everything. Can I come now? Absolutely. At the police station, Detective Chen reviewed everything with meticulous care. This is actually a pretty clear-cut case. The fundraiser explicitly states the money is for your brother's cancer treatment. The donors were defrauded. How long until they're arrested? We'll bring them in for questioning as soon as they're back in the country. When do they land? Their flight gets in at 4. She checked her watch. Perfect. We'll have officers waiting. Back at the house, we'd cleared out everything that belonged to Jake and me. The bedrooms looked like they'd been professionally stripped. This is satisfying in a dark way, Devin admitted. Like when a haunted house gets exorcised. The real exorcism happens when they walk through that door, I said. Aunt Linda hugged me tight. Your parents are going to be furious. Are you sure you're ready for this? Aunt Linda, they stole from a dying teenager, my baby brother. I've never been more ready for anything in my life. I waited in the living room. Just me, alone, with all of Jake's medical bills spread across the coffee table. The house was silent. Empty. The front door opened at 6:30. Hello? Viv? Jake? My mother's voice echoed through the empty house. They walked into the living room, suitcases in hand, tans from the Caribbean sun, and stopped dead when they saw me. What happened to all the furniture? Dad demanded. Where's the TV? Where's Jake's treatment money? I interrupted coldly. Mom's face went pale. Honey, we can explain. Explain? Really? Please explain how you stole $40,000 that people donated to save your son's life so you could go to the Bahamas. Dad set down his suitcase. Now wait just a minute. That money was in our account. That money was donated specifically for Jake's cancer treatment. I have the fundraiser page right here. Every single donor thought they were helping your son live. Instead, you spent it on scuba diving and spa treatments. We needed a break! Mom's voice went shrill. Do you have any idea how stressful it's been having a sick child? We deserved... Deserved? I stood up. Jake deserves to live. The hospital had to postpone his treatment because the payment bounced. Dad's expression hardened. You're overreacting. We'll figure out the money situation. Oh, it's already figured out. I filed a police report this afternoon. Detective Chen was very interested in your vacation photos. You did what? Mom shrieked. You called the police on your own parents? You stole from your own son, from sick children everywhere who need hope. Every person who donated trusted you. This is our house, Dad said, his voice dangerous. You can't just... Where's all our stuff? Everything that belongs to Jake and me is gone. We moved out. You wanted a vacation from being parents? Congratulations, you got it permanently. Mom started crying. Vivian, please. We made a mistake. We'll pay it back. With what money? You spent it all. Jake needed that treatment this week. We'll get a loan, Dad said. We'll fix this. Just call the police and tell them it was a misunderstanding. I laughed without humor. A misunderstanding? You deliberately withdrew $40,000, lied to Aunt Linda about an emergency, and went to the Bahamas? That's not a misunderstanding. That's fraud. You ungrateful... Dad took a step toward me. Marcus emerged from the kitchen with Devin and Aunt Linda. I wouldn't finish that sentence if I were you. Mr. Reeves? Dad froze. What are you all doing here? Witnessing, Marcus said calmly. Please, continue threatening Vivian. Give us something else to tell the detective. Mom collapsed onto the couch, the one piece of furniture we'd left. This can't be happening. We're your parents. You're supposed to be loyal to us. And you were supposed to take care of Jake, I shouted. But you valued a vacation over his life. It wasn't like that, Mom sobbed. We were going to put the money back before the treatment date. Don't lie to me. The hospital called 3 days before you even left. You knew they needed payment and you got on that plane anyway. Dad's phone rang. He looked at it and went even paler. It's Detective Chen. Answer it, I said. Go ahead. Tell her it was all a misunderstanding. He didn't answer. Coward, I whispered. Mom reached for my hand. Vivian, please. We'll make this right. Don't destroy your family over this. I pulled away. You destroyed this family the second you chose yourselves over Jake. We're done here. The next morning, Detective Chen called me. Your parents have been arrested and charged with fraud and theft. The DA's office is taking this seriously because of the medical nature of the funds. What happens now? They'll be arraigned tomorrow. Depending on how they plead, this could go to trial. The fundraiser organizers are also filing a civil suit. Good. Vivian, I need to ask. Your brother's treatment, where does that stand? The hospital set up a new emergency fund. People who donated originally are redonating. We actually have more than before. Turns out people really hate when parents steal from sick kids. That's wonderful news. How's your brother doing? He starts treatment tomorrow. Scared but hopeful. Aunt Linda's been amazing. We're staying with her until we find our own place. Jake walked into the kitchen just as I hung up. Was that the detective? Yeah. Mom and Dad were officially charged. He sat down heavily. Part of me still can't believe they did it. Like, I keep thinking I'll wake up and this was all some nightmare. I know. But Jake, we have enough for your treatment now. You're going to beat this. Because of you. You saved my life, Viv. You're my brother. I'd do anything for you. The doorbell rang. Aunt Linda answered it, then called out, Vivian, it's your mother. My blood went cold. She made bail? Mom stood on the porch looking haggard. Please, Vivian, 5 minutes, that's all I ask. Fine, talk. I'm sorry. Your father and I, we were overwhelmed and we made a terrible mistake. But we love you both. We can fix this. We can be a family again. No, I said simply. We can't. Please don't do this. I'm your mother. You stopped being my mother when you chose a vacation over Jake's life. Real mothers protect their children. Real mothers don't steal from them. It wasn't stealing. It was our account. Donated money for a specific purpose. You committed fraud. And now you're facing the consequences. You're going to let them send your own parents to prison? I'm not letting them do anything. You did this to yourselves. I'm just making sure you face justice. Dad's car pulled up. He got out, looking desperate. Vivian, we need to talk about this. There's nothing to talk about. Jake starts treatment tomorrow. We have a new place to live. You two are out of our lives forever. You can't mean that, Mom whispered. I've never meant anything more. You had a chance to be there for your sick son. Instead, you betrayed him in the worst possible way. There's no coming back from that. What about forgiveness? Dad asked. What about family? Family is who's there when it matters. Aunt Linda is family. Marcus is family. Devin is family. You two? You're just biological donors who proved you care more about yourselves than your own children. Stay away from us. If you contact Jake or me again, I'll file for a restraining order. I closed the door on their shocked faces. Inside, Jake was waiting with Aunt Linda and Marcus. You okay? Jake asked. Yeah, I really am. We're free of them now. We can focus on getting you healthy and building our own lives. Marcus raised his coffee mug. To new beginnings and accountability. To justice, Aunt Linda added. To family, I said, looking at the people who actually cared. The real kind. Jake smiled, the first genuine smile I'd seen in days. Thanks, Viv, for everything. Always, little brother. Always. What would you do if your parents betrayed you in the worst way imaginable? Have you ever had to cut toxic family members out of your life? Share your story in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more true stories about standing up for yourself and those you love.